Hey cats, what's happening this morning? It is a rainy, crappy day, 35 degrees. Everything was covered with ice this morning when I woke up, but it's melted off to some degree. The roads aren't bad, they're just wet. Yeah, it's just lousy. It's a lousy day to be outdoors for anything. You know, it's cold, damp, chill. And it's like drizzling, this rain, this cold, icy rain. So anyway, this morning, I'm going to meet some of my biker buddies for breakfast. And then after I do that, I'm going to take a little drive to a rural king north of here that supposedly has the brand new Husqvarna tractor that I want to look at. So we'll take a drive up there and look at that too. But what else do you do, you know, when the weather turns lousy? This past week has been very busy for me. I've had a lot going on. I did get to meet with the ladies from my grief support group. It was myself, another fellow, and 3 of the ladies, and we had such a good time. We went to a little restaurant and we had a lunch there. The food was really good, but we ended up spending like 3 hours there. Now, here's a question. I mean, it was the lunch hour, so there wasn't that many people in there at all. In fact, you know, by, I'd say, early afternoon, there was only like, out of maybe 50 tables, there was probably only 3 tables being used. So we're sitting there, you know, we had paid our tab, and we just continued talking and talking and talking. And it just kind of seemed to me like maybe the waitress was a little irritated that we were still there for like 3 hours. Now, I could see if it was a crowded restaurant, we were just kind of hoarding a table. But there was nobody else in there, so I didn't see a big problem with it myself. But I don't know. Is there something wrong with hanging out in a place, you know, in a eatery, just to hang out, or is that like frowned upon? It just seemed like they weren't very happy that we were hanging out there. I don't know. But anyway, I had a really good time with them, and they definitely want to do it some more. So in the future here, I'll meet up with them again and maybe have another luncheon or something. So yeah, I had that, helping out some friends this week, so got tied up with that. And yeah, then I went out to breakfast with some other biker buddies this week too. And so that was kind of cool. It's been a busy week, though. I've had a lot going on. And I just was one of those weeks where I felt like, can I get a break here? You know, can I just have one day to sleep in and just to like chill and not have a whole lot to do? So today isn't too bad, you know. Like I said, I'm going to go have breakfast with the boys. And then from there, I'm going to go look at this tractor. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on it. I'm going to take a look at it. You know, sometimes these Rural Kings or TSCs, they leave their equipment sitting outdoors. And if this thing's been outdoors for an extended period of time and it's showing, you know, that it's been weathered, I may, you know, skip it and just wait till spring when they get some new inventory in and go from there. But that's why I want to take a look at it today. And you know what, even if it is weathered, I might even be able to get a discount on the thing. I don't know. I'll find out. All right. Well, I'm ready for breakfast.
Like I said, I'm not rushing you by any means. Well, then light up the water.
The muffins? Right.
That was really good.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm here at the Rural King in Elyria, Ohio. They got a lot of tractors up here, and I see they got the mowers over here too. So let's take a look and see if they got the one that I'm looking at. What a sloppy mess here today. I believe this is the one right here. But look at, I see damage on the front there. And it has been sitting out for a while. This seat has some stains on it, full of leaves. Actually, they got a couple of them up here. 54-inch deck on it. Well, I just talked to the rep that, you know, takes care of these things, and he said he'd give me 10% off on any one of these 54-inch cuts. What I like about these is that they also have a differential lock. So, you know, you can lock both wheels up instead of just the one wheel spinning. And that's a little different than the one that I have. The other thing is this is a 54-inch and the one I have is a 48-inch. So, it'll mow a little bigger of a swath and I can get the yard done much quicker. So I'm not going to pull the trigger today and make the purchase, but I'll come back up maybe next week or something when I'm free, because I gotta bring the trailer, and it's, you know, it's a 20-foot flatbed trailer, so I'm not sure that you can actually drive this up onto the ramp because of the mower deck might catch going up over the ramp. But he said that he'd give me some help loading it too, so that's cool. So yeah, one of these three here, and the model is a TS 354XD, so it's a 54-inch cutting deck. Kawasaki FR730V 24 horsepower motor. I think they're all the same. Yeah. Boy, they've really been sitting out here, so 10%, maybe I can get 20% off. I don't know. They got the amp gauge up there, the hour gauge, the armrests on the seat. It's got 7 levels for the mower deck, and it's a hydro forward reverse pedal. And no, I don't want a zero turn. I've heard you guys say, hey, you should get a zero turn. No, I've used a lot of different zero turns. John Deere, Grasshopper, Skags, just about everything during my employment, so I know very well how they work. But I'm not interested in a zero turn. They don't handle very well on the hillside, and that's the main reason I'm not gonna get a zero turn. You know, you only have 2 wheels there that are actually steering and driving the thing, and so they get stuck real easy. The 4 wheels, way better. All right.
Well, I don't know about you, but whenever I make a big purchase, like the lawnmower tractor, I tend to have that buyer's remorse. I mean, it's something that I need. It's definitely time to replace my old mower, because my old mower's been through the mill. It's beat up, it's been through a lot of issues. It's been welded and repaired and fixed, and currently starting to show some engine problems. It's got a pretty good oil leak. It's been missing a little bit on the firing, so I don't want to dump a whole lot of money into it. It's well past its prime, let's put it that way. So it's going to be nice to have a brand new mower and an upgrade at that too. And it's definitely something that, you know, if you're going to spend the money, you might as well spend a little bit more and get, you know, something that's going to work better for you. At least that's my thinking. But then after the purchase is made, which I haven't made the purchase yet, but after the purchase is made, I know I'm going to have remorse. I know I'm going to think, golly, should I have done that? Should I have spent that money on that? Even though I prepared for this, I've saved up for it, you know, everything's all in line, the ducks are all in a row, I'm going to have that remorse. And why is that? I mean, why can't we just be happy with our decisions, you know? Why do we always have to second guess and think, I don't know, should I have just, you know, put more money into that money pit, that old mower, and continue to keep it alive for all it's worth? No, I know I'm making the right choice. So, it is what it is. I'm just going to have to deal with it. That's money well spent, I guess you can look at it that way. But then I got to take into account all the other things that I have to. This truck needs brakes. It's got a warped rotor and it needs a brake job right now, and I don't have any idea how much that's going to cost. I can probably do the job myself, but still, the cost of rotors and brake pads, you know, that can get up there, especially if you get the high quality ones, which I like to always get high quality. I don't like to cut corners and get the generic brand. I want the best, because it doesn't always pay to go with the OEM parts, you know what I mean? Get something that's tried, trued, something that's highly recommended, and you're going to be better off down the line. Spend a little more money. Anyway, yeah, that and a million other things that I need to get done. In my life's walk of being single, of being a widower, I no longer have a woman beside me to coach me, to say, you know, here's what we need to do first, this is priority, you know, let's do this later, or let's plan for this. I don't have that. And my wife V, you know, she was really, really good at budgeting and at financing. So without her, I like to use her wisdom in that regard the best that I can, but I kind of have my own ways of doing things, and they're not always in the best interest. So yeah, I really have to think things over. Anyway, that's part of life. I mean, that's what we all have to deal with, right? So I'm heading home now, the end of a day. Been out with friends, went out to look at the tractor. It is what it is. Time to wrap it up for the day and just kind of chill and get out of this cold, wet weather. Get my fire stoked up where it's nice and cozy. Maybe I'll even take a nap in my chair. Because it's Sunday, so what else do you do, right? Thanks for watching the video. I have enjoyed your company, and I hope you've enjoyed mine. Thanks for all your support. If you like the video, support me by hitting that like button. And if you haven't yet, join us with the subscription, and you'll be reminded every time I post a new video. Actually, twice a week, every Thursday and Sunday night at 8 p.m. All right, cats. Till next time, I'll catch y'all later.